PayPal is next. Now, this is an interesting company, partly because the US banks are so many and so terrible at facilitating interactions between the two. That created the space for a company like PayPal, which is really like a technology platform that enables people that have banks with other accounts with other banks to kind of put value into their PayPal account and then use the PayPal money to do the payments between themselves. And merchants have started accepting them. So there you go. That's how the business works. Remember, it was spun off from eBay. And this business was in fact started by Elon Musk, believe it or not. Market capitalization of this one is about $40 billion. Yes, $48.58 billion. Price to earnings ratio elevated at 35.32, and I don't think it's ever paid a dividend. They're sort of a growth operation.
Yes, so smart that they are sort of a credit card acquirer, so virtual credit card acquirer. As you say, they smaller merchants, online merchants that don't want to go through the process of setting up their own payments gateway and doing the various agreements. They just partner with PayPal. So it's very clever, and I think they understand that partnership model, because I guess there's threats, obviously, that they may not have a role if people do it directly. So they're very important, cleverly partnering with Visa and MasterCard, so they're not seen as a threat or competitor to them. Also, potentially Facebook, they're looking at linking up with. And entrenching themselves as a facilitator, payments provider in the internet ecosystem.
Because, I mean, the idea that one starts with is, why wouldn't the banks get better at doing the interbank payments? But I suppose, like you said earlier about South Africa, part of the reason was there were only 4 really big players in our market, plus you had a strong regulator that enforced this. Now, in the United States, there are lots of banks. There are big ones, it's true. But for antitrust reasons, there's probably limited cooperation between them. So to say, oh, well, PayPal's business will go away because the banks will get better, doesn't seem likely. I mean, it looks as though PayPal will have plenty of business to be done forever.
Yeah, they've got, I think, they've got a brand name, they've got a reputation, they have obviously already massive customer relationships. I think it was very clever how it was built off the back of eBay. And it's a very vast and complex ecosystem.
Because what that meant was people got the PayPal in order to facilitate the transactions via stuff that they were swapping on eBay.
And and then suddenly they realized they could use PayPal to facilitate other transactions, non-eBay transactions.
And I'm also thinking that you probably find people sit with credit balances in their PayPal accounts, which they earn no interest on.
So you can load up money, but typically you just actually link it to a credit card, your PayPal account. So it's just sort of the acquirer of the credit card transaction that is linked to the merchant.
Maybe it's me. I need to check that, because I think I've got a positive balance in a PayPal account somewhere, because a couple of people wanted to pay me that way.
Oh, yes,
That'd be stupid of me, but I don't think it's significant. But I mean, the point is it could add up.
Certainly,
Why was it spun off from eBay? Was it just pressure on shareholders of eBay because they thought that it had too much value and it was unlocked that pressure?
Yes, as a distinct business, it's got a massive market cap now. I guess it's not aligned in any way to eBay. It's not really similar to their business, and I guess they, independently, could have other merchant relationships.
Let's have a look at the share chart. So this one will only reflect the time since it got separated, which was in late 2015 from eBay. It's been a bit bouncy since then, but I think that reflects a bit of an upward movement. Did get to $45 at some point back in October 2016, so that's literally just a month and a bit ago. Anything else to add? Looks okay. Is it interesting to you? Do you expect to buy?
It's, I mean, it is expensive again, so it is pricing in expectations. They recently updated their own earnings forecast. They said around a 3-year growth rate of 17% in earnings. So I think that's sort of given an underpin to the share price. I think they are doing the right model, and they really do have a strong role to play in this fintech. So I remain hot.
Hot on this one. Okay, good. Let's give it the thumbs up then.